And I do kind of look like I'm about to do surgery. It was good to feel like a teacher again. It is the first day of school during the pandemic. I am an 8th grade math teacher. Hello. I am nervous about today. There's going to be so many unknowns with all the changes, and everyone has been going through a lot lately, no matter who you are. And so there's just a lot of emotional stress that people are dealing with, on top of the fact that there do have to be restrictions in order to keep people safe. So it won't be the normal lively interaction, walking around the room, groups, activity sort of year.
Good morning, staff. Good luck. Let us know if you need anything.
The last thing I'm gonna do to make my classroom ready is I'm going to put these little sticky notes 6 feet apart so that they know when they're walking in how far to stagger from each other. But this is what my classroom looks like. Wasn't enough room to have them 6 feet apart. There are 3 blocks in between each chair, which is 3 feet. And if you go from the center of the desk, it would actually be 5 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I just left it welcome to 8th grade because I couldn't think of a quote or something to say that would be inspiring and positive, but still take the current situation seriously. So I just left it welcome to 8th grade. I have all of my first day of school papers here to pass out to them during first period. We have first period for 2 hours, so I'm gonna go over this PowerPoint. We had a meeting for the 8th grade team, and in that meeting, we kind of came up with safety procedures for the hallways, staggering classes, for the lunchroom. I made a PowerPoint on all of the procedures that we talked about and just some information from the CDC about what COVID is and how to protect yourself from it, what the symptoms are. And so I'm pretty sure we sent that to all the teachers in the school to use it if they would like to. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that PowerPoint on the board so that we can be ready to go when the kids come in here. Gonna plug in the lights. Woo! So after I get this PowerPoint ready, I'm going to head to the auditorium. At 7 o'clock, we're going to have a meeting to talk about temperature checks and just where everyone is going to be stationed here on the first day of school. Kids are supposed to approach the school wearing a mask, and then we have temperature checks that check the forehead. So we're gonna do that and then send them to different areas, places where they can socially distance. My Miss PS right here fell down, the S in it. This should be loaded and ready to go by the time I get back. For right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and put my mask on to get ready for temperature checks. All teachers in the school, all students in the school have to wear masks, but then I also read that you also really need to cover your eyes. I got this bad boy, and I do kind of look like I'm about to do surgery. So I just came in my room for a second to pull up my first period list. It's going well. I just got my temperature checked. It was one of the forehead things, and then we're just social distancing the 8th graders in the auditorium. I am noticing that it's really hard to project my voice with the mask and the face shield. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna wear the face shield all day since that's not required, but I know that it is safer. It's hard. First period is done, and I am now in planning period. Wow, that was way different, but it was actually a much more positive experience than I expected. It seemed like a lot of them were ready and excited to be back at school. The first thing I did was we had a pandemic procedure slides, and then at the end we did a review, a verbal review, and it seemed like they really got it and understood it. I also did some of my classroom procedures, and then there was a lot of administrative sort of things, passing out papers and writing down if they're a bus rider, car rider, those sorts of things. It wasn't like that interesting of a class, but it did go well. It was good to be around students again. It was good to feel like a teacher again. Well, each class is like a pod, and you take that pod from one class to the other, and they have a similar seating chart, so there's the least amount of overlapping. And then that way, if one kid does get sick, they know who the close contacts have been. We divided up and walked them to their next class period. It was a good class period. I really loved seeing them again, but it is just a lot to adjust to. I still got to see some of their personalities. It was a little difficult at points, like somebody would be talking and I would think it was somebody else because you can't see their mouth move. Hopefully that's something that gets better with time. Then I'm going to have a class here in about 15 minutes. In between classes, we clean desks, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean the desks now. This spray is supposed to disinfect all the desks, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray them and then wipe them down. We'll see how long this is gonna take. I'll time it so I know what to expect for my next class periods. That took 6 minutes. We're supposed to get it done in between each class period, and that's gonna be pushing it. So after the 6 minutes it takes to clean the desks, we need to wait an additional 5 minutes for the solution to completely work. So I have the period before pulling out the desks all the way so that the next period to come in, they just sit in without touching the desk and get started on the warm-up until the solution is fully cleaned. And maybe I'll be able to get a little bit quicker. That's how that went. Just got a snack from the vending machine. Twix are my favorite. I'm gonna go ahead and log in to Canvas and check in with the online students. I have a period set out just to do that, which is 5th period, which is my distance learning class, which is a class of 35 students. But I just kind of wanted to hop in and see if anybody had logged into the course or done anything, because this is a big new thing. So yeah, exciting. Here I am with my Coke and Wheat Thins. This is good. I didn't think I was gonna have a lunch break, honestly, but then I guess the related arts people are gonna watch the kids, which is amazing. I'm really happy about that. And I would have a real lunch normally, but it is vending machine lunch, but I'll eat whenever I get home. It'll be fine. My next class was great. This is going a lot better than I expected it to. I kind of thought it would be chaos today, honestly, because first days of school are always crazy. Anyways, I think the plans and everything are working how they should, and people are being safe, so. My lunch was really short today just because we were figuring out how the line works and where everyone was going, and so I stayed in there for a while. So I do have to go get them now, but I'll see you in my distance learning period. The kids just left to go to their 5th period, which is my distance learning class. So I'm going to first clean all the desks. That way they'll be dried and ready to go for 6th period, which is the last period of the day. But I did want to debrief. Lunch went well. It's really hard to keep them in alphabetical order when some have their own lunches and some are going through the line. So I think that'll take a little bit of time to kind of like really perfect. And then we were able to sit outside and they were able to social distance, so they didn't have to wear their masks while they were eating, which was nice. Not that you could wear your mask while you're eating. For the past 40 minutes, I have been uploading material for my distance learners, so I'm going to quickly use the restroom before my 6th period, and then it will be the end of the day. Today is Friday and the school day just ends, which means it's the weekend, which is phenomenal. I love how they decided to do it. So I was supposed to start school this Monday, but they pushed it to Friday so that we could work on our distance learning courses in Canvas. The reason they did it is so that if there are any adjustments we have to make for buses, for cafeteria, for any schedules or anything, we have the whole weekend to make those adjustments. And I kind of love it because it's just one day and then the weekend it like eases you into the school year. I have to be honest, the masks weren't as bad as I thought they were gonna be. I thought that I wouldn't be able to like see my kids' personalities, but I feel like I still was able to do that, and we were still able to laugh. I was worried that a lot of them were gonna be like, this is dumb, I don't want to do this, but they actually had a really good attitude about it. There was a little bit of a heavier mood over the day. I think a lot of people are dealing with emotional, financial, and political stressors, and so it kind of did have a little bit of a cloud over the day, but hopefully as the year goes on, that cloud is lifted and we work all together and it becomes a positive, great learning environment. I know that coming to school is a huge risk and there are going to be consequences of that, but there would be consequences of not having school too. I don't know what's gonna happen this upcoming year. There might be a lot of issues and problems, but as far as right now, I'm very happy to see my students and I'm very happy to work with my distance learners. It's going to be a hard year, but I think it's gonna be a good year. And if you are a teacher or if you're working with a teacher, just be gracious and understanding because there's a lot that we're having to deal with throughout the day. If you're a teacher, good luck. I hope that you have support and feel safe if y'all did decide to go to school. And if you're doing hybrid courses or online courses, I hope that you just have a good year. And thank you everyone for watching.